Alright guys, so what we're doing here today is pretty much a recap of the Escape Champions League Grand Final, or Final in general. You guys can ask questions if you like. I'm going to go through each game that was played and share some of our thoughts, some of our plans and strategies, etc. And give you some insight to how we approach the final. We weren't even closely as well prepared for the final here as we were for BOA, for example. So it's not as much to say as it was during BOA. But I mean, we prepared a little bit for the round robin, so to say. But for the grand final, we pretty much just came up with something on the day, like the earlier day, on the day. But all the maps were familiar, so it wasn't too much to prepare. Why didn't Dowd play on two computers at the same time? Because his APM is too much. So yeah, you guys can see over there, you can see the settings of the grand final. It was a best of 9 between Secret and AM, and it worked the way that if you played a 1v1, like so you can see there's 4 1v1s in the grand final. We had to use 4 different players for all those 1v1s. For the 2v2s, there are 2 2v2s, we had to use 4 different players for those as well. And the 3v3s had no restrictions whatsoever. So, the first game that took place here, I'm going to jump straight into that. First game was Freesias. Now, it was quite obvious right away that, okay, this would be me or Tato playing this. Because Jordan, we had to put him on a fairly standard map. And Doubt also is not... Usually these hybrid types of maps are more favorable for myself and Tato. So it was obvious quite early on that me or Tato would be playing the Freesias game. Now, we did not expect Lyra to come out on this map from them. But he did. The reason for that was because he had to leave. He had to leave at early in the game, early in the day, so he was not able to play the full finals. Pretty much just was able to play this game, and then he had to travel back home. So, Freesias, you can look at the map right now. There's some water on the outsides. There's water on the outsides. There's some golden stone on the outsides as well. You cannot wall this because of the shallows, right? So there's always going to be, you're always going to be vulnerable on these parts of the map. But there's some fish, so docking is definitely worth it. But as you can see first, there's Civ differences here. Keltsins, Mongols. Now, look at all the deer. There's 8 deer there. There's 1, 2, 3 boars. Similar situation on the other side. Mongols is definitely the best Civ on this map, no question about it. Now, there's another map coming up. So to add that to the thing as well, when you play the best of 9, you were not allowed to repeat civilizations. So if we use Mongols in this game, we cannot use Mongols in any of the other games, even though I'm not playing. My teammates cannot use Mongols either then. As you can see, we went for Celts, which means Celts was now ruled out for us the rest of the series. And they went for Mongols. Now, Celts is very competitive on this map as well. They have really good men-at-arms opening here. So my plan was to go men-at-arms, taking gold, go men-at-arms, and also dock and try to get some fire galleys out. We didn't expect them to go Mongols necessarily. We thought they might, because Mongols is definitely, like I said, a favorable Civ on this map. But thing is, if they did that, we thought, okay, well, we will have Mongols for a later map, which we think Mongols are almost more of a Civ win. So we were fine with this. And Celts still, I would say Celts still has a good chance on beating Mongols here. But of course, cannot rule out the fact that there's so much hunter. So we're going to go quickly through the game. Again, if you guys have any questions regarding the games, regarding the series, the approach, whatever, this is the time to ask. So yeah, first game was the 1-1 between myself and Leary. Both of us docking, standard approach. We'll go fairly quickly through the games, unless there's a lot to say. Both of us are just building up. Already on the second board we have as well, but we have barely finished our first, so... I'm gonna compare the food income in a sec. I'm not using capture age yet. They did try to steal 2 of my sheep. I tried to get him back. I think he finds them as well, again. Or maybe not, I don't remember. But, so there's up to fuel age now. Let's compare the food income at this very moment. He has over 300, almost 300 more food already. That says a lot regarding how good Mongols are on this map. So that's pretty much the reason Mongols are so favored here. He's doing a really good job being active with his scout. Also being annoying on the fishing ship. This is also the thing why fishing ships aren't really safe here, unless they have water units, because you have to go on land, so to say, to go back to the dock. Now again, my plan was to go full man-at-arms, maybe with upgrades as well, just to see if that would work out. I mean, that was the game plan. But as he went Mongols, the early scouts opening, he's queuing up a lot of scouts, and he still has 400 food in the bank. Early engages, obviously, men-at-arms are going to be favored for the first 2 minutes of feudal age. But after that, it's really tough. Again, he did a really good job being active with the scouts, while we're trying to be active with our men-at-arms here. But he's doing some... That's the thing as well. I mean, it's similar for scouts. If there's walls, then these units don't really do too much. And he has enough scouts now to actually fend off the pressure as well. Now, I did see immediately that he went at an archery range. What I was hoping was that he wouldn't have the economy to sustain too smooth of a production, and that if I just add blacksmith and upgrades, that my men-at-arms and the speed of them would actually be fine to deal with it. But it kind of backfired a little bit, which we will see soon. Again, quick walls here, so the men-at-arms are kind of useless. He has 5-6 scouts now, so my men-at-arms are not going to get any damage. And at this point, the men-at-arms just die. So, at the moment, very bad opening for us in general. The scout numbers are just too many, and Lyra is still producing scouts, and he still has 250 food in his bank. And he's also taking gold and going archers, right? So he also has fire gals to fight on the water. Even here, I added more men-at-arms, more spearmen. He just has enough scouts to pick them off. So he's also doing foraging super fast. So that makes his scouts even more powerful. I did armor already on my spearmen and men-at-arms, but again, it would help against the archers for sure. But Lyra did a really good job being active with his units. He's also got fletching on the way, and he's still producing scouts and archer. And my deer were kind of exposed in the left side here, so that was unfortunate for me, but I don't think that made too much of a difference. I'm adding a second barracks because my game plan was still okay. I see that he has fletching and he has forging and fletching, but I was like, okay, well, I'm committed. I don't have time to like switch into skirms or archers myself. Also laned my deer, so a good choice by him. In hindsight, I think it makes sense if I just add an archery range there, make skirms, make archers, and then I can keep making men-at-arms to spearmen from one barracks. But you can already see his farm setup is also better than mine. Fish-wise, he has 2 fishing ship. We have 5, so in that aspect we're actually in the lead right now. But we have a big army deficit on the actual land. A little bit sloppy here by me leaving villagers out around to die. I mean, this was the first game for both of us, so I felt like my game wasn't that good this year. Like this match was quite sloppy, but it's also because he's forcing these errors out of me, right? Even though, like I said, I felt like I played sloppy, it also might be because he simply played so good. Dave, I was going to do an ECL recap similar to the way we did with Battle of Africa, and this is it. It's not too many players online to play at this hour anyway. Again, really good micro by Lyra, using the scouts to debate until he has to engage. Once my men-at-arms are on top of his archers, he uses the scouts as well. So again, look at the KD, 24 to 14. So he has a huge KD advantage here. Again, I did clean all of his fish, so I felt good about that. But again, this pressure I was under here, with all the scouts and everything, I still did not feel like I was in a great spot. Population-wise, I haven't rewatched any of these games before, so I don't actually know what it's like. But when I'm looking at the game right now, I'm behind the villagers, I have 5 fish. I feel it looks like I'm in a better spot than I thought I was. Of course, my economy is more idle. He has way more food than me. He's already got 500 food. And again, this is the fact that he has army advantage as well means that my fishing ship are never safe. So when I'm looking at it right now, I'm not in as bad of a spot as I thought. I kind of already thought, like honestly, at like 15-16 minutes, I thought, okay, this game is over. But I kept playing because obviously I wanted to play more warm-up. And also I wanted to obviously try to see if I could make a comeback. Got some good trades here, picked up 3 scouts. I actually have a favorable population right now. I lost track of water as well. I didn't realize he made more fires. And again, his micro was exceptional with the way he used the scouts and the archers here. It's up to cast stage as well. We have a lot of gold, so I made a market. I wanted to buy my way up there. But as you can see, Lear is now making a transition soon to... He's not on stone yet. I thought he went to stone earlier. But now it's for him, again, me, like, sloppy play by me, wasting 2 units. There's a villager out in the open. KD again, heavily in favor of him. We weren't too far behind castage as well, 1 minute difference. Not the end of the world. Tried to do some counterattack, but he was again on top of with his quick walls. And yeah, I'll fast forward a little bit more. And at this point I felt like, okay, I'm pretty much dead in this game. That's what I felt, because I was quite far behind. I did get some villager kills here though, and like I said, when I'm looking at the numbers right now, I don't think we were as far behind as I thought. Also here getting some kills with my arms. But he has the early crossbow, I have very exposed economy, I don't have many units. I have 2 towers here, awkward woodline that is about to run out. He took back water control. So I made a seaward shop, but he was there to deny it. So everything was pretty much going wrong at the moment. I did like a second armor for my spearmen. So I wanted to go like sort of long swords, pikemen, and then siege. I'm not sure if he was expecting this. I mean, he has 20 population more. It's heavily driven by army count. So the thing is, if he was expecting this, then him moving to stone is a really, really good choice. Of course, he still has a huge initiative with the whole game. Base micro here as well, really good. It's not too much to see, it's just some micro. Not really getting many kills. I got 2 crossbows there, but again, losing a Mangano. Not a decent shot, and this was like, okay, I know I'm pretty far behind the economy right now, but I need to do some counter damage, so this was when I started to prepare to go all in on him. But this is when he moves to stone, and as my pressure comes in, he's gonna buy enough time to get a castle up. Trying to add town centers to catch up a little bit. When I looked at the game afterwards as well, I'm a little bit surprised. I'll share with you guys why in a bit. And he got the castle up, I think he bought a little bit of stone. When that castle was up, that was also a moment for me to be like, okay, this game is definitely over. I mean, he's down to 1 town center now. He's not going to add another town center, which is a good choice by him, I think. He's just going Castle Mangudai now, which counters everything I have right now. Villager-wise, I mean, he still has a 20 villager lead, and he also has 5 fishing ship, while I'm trying to recover, right? But my farm economy, I have 4 farmers, 5 farmers. I can't sustain town center production, villager production. Trying to put pressure again, but yeah, great macro Valeri, those Mangudai, you can... We also played with 0-0-0 lag. It was at the LAN, obviously, so the lag was non-existent. So microing Mangudai against Mangunas, for example, is so much easier as well. Though a little bit sloppy here, but that's fine. He was doing good through there. And he went to Imp as well. He had a lot of food stored up, and playing 1 TC, he wasn't really spending that food, right? So all I needed was to go up to Imp and get those upgrades in. You can see we're catching up in villager count, but again, positionally in the game, we're just so far behind. Again, I felt like it was justified for me to actually call GG after like 15-16 minutes. But obviously, it was good to play for warm-up and to try and see if we can make a comeback. But I feel like Mongols are just too dominant on this map. Actually, more villagers now, but yeah, we're not an imp. I thought, okay, so if I have a decent economy, my only way here is to go to Imperial Age, maybe get Onager, and then try to just stall the game out with Onager Halberdier. I did expect him to have more economy behind this, though. That's what I'm saying. I was surprised when the game ended and I checked his base and he only had 1 town center. But in hindsight, it was probably a good decision by him, as he could just be active with his units so much, as he didn't have to think about the economy. See, good micro by him as well. Mangonels are so weak to the Mangudai. And yeah, we just didn't have army, or we lost all the Mangonels that we wanted to have to be onagers. If those turn into onagers, maybe we have a slight chance, because he only has 20 military. And villager counts fairly similar, but I needed those Mangonels. We lost like 4 Mangonels here. 5 Mangonels even, that could have been onagers. And at that point, this game was over. I mean, like I said, I felt like the game was over at 15 minutes. But yeah, so slightly disappointing. But again, I felt like my performance wasn't the best. So usually I'll be if I that's the disappointing part. If I feel like I didn't play too well, I'm always very disappointed. If I feel like I played really well and then lose, I'm fine with that. But when I feel like I play bad or sloppy and then lose, that's what really triggers me or gets me annoyed. Yeah, that meant that AM was ahead 1-0 in the best of 9. Economy-wise as well, he was far ahead. But even villager counts very similar in the end, but again, it didn't matter at that point. So that was game 1. There was not too much else to say about that. Mongols, clearly a better save. I still think Celts have a fighting chance though. But the reason we didn't go for Mongols here is because we wanted to use Mongols for the map that comes later, which is to Bog. And again, you will see later, so why that might be a good choice as well. Anyways, game 2 was Cenotes. It was my game just crashed. Hang on. So yeah, after the game Leary played there, he had to leave because he had an exam the day after, I think, so he couldn't stay there. Let me see if this works now. Okay, now it works. So yeah, whether that had an impact or not, I don't know. I think we can analyze that later as well, but I feel like it was more about strategies and such later on, so I don't know if Leary would have made that much of a difference. Maybe, maybe not, hard to tell. Either way, game 2 was Cenotes. This is where we decided we would throw out Jordan, because I mean Jordan had to play only one map, and Cenotes we felt were the most standard map of them all. So for us it made sense that he played Cenotes. He went for Malians, and MBL kind of surprisingly went for Celts. We didn't expect that. Yeah, Celts. I mean, Celts is always going to be good, but Cenotes, there's no particular reason why we would pick Celts here over any other civ, I think. It could be that they just felt like, okay, MBL is favored against Joden, so maybe they wanted to just use a good civ, but not top tier civ, to compete or try to win against Jordan. Which is justifiable. I mean, Jordan's level compared to MBL's should be like at the difference in 1-1 that MBL could do this. Celts is also civ. Like Celts can beat every civ in the game. They are a really good civ. So we'll fast forward a little bit through the Dark Ages. Not too much happening here. Jordan was trying to lame MBL's boar a little bit. It didn't really work out. Jordan went for some really early walls, very ambitious walls. He wants to wall the whole map off. And both them up to feudal age. Regarding civs for Jordan as well, we were thinking Aztecs could be an option, but we wanted to leave Aztecs for doubt for the later game. So for Jordan, it was pretty much Huns or Malians that he was considering. MBL did go for men arms. Men arms forward is a very normal strategy with Celts. And he's going to start applying pressure on Jordan. But Jordan, again, had really early nice walls. So pressure from MBL isn't really that scary right now. Did open for a stable, though, which I kind of disagree with. Stable against Celts is not really the way to go, in my opinion. Especially because Celts have a really good spearmen, right? The spearmen are faster. So the scout opening here is not really going to do too much. But you can see what Jordan decides to go for here. Like, we didn't have anything planned here. We thought Jordan would be facing Aztecs. But he's facing Celts, right? So he had to pretty much play this game on his own. Make his own decisions and deal with the game like that. Jordan is fully walled while you can see MBL is completely open. But MBL has all the pressure and Jordan didn't make a single scout. He made a stable. He shows the stable. He didn't make a single scout. MBL did add spearmen. So in theory you could say this bait kind of worked. He then goes into one range and makes 2 archers. And he's going to make another one. These guys will go into the tower to help combat this tower. Right now Jordan is just playing completely okay. Just buy time and transition to Castle Age. Which doesn't have to be a bad choice. But I feel like Malans is such a good civ in terms of you can do everything, right? You can do farm, boom, army, macro, micro, everything at the same time because of the wood bonus and versatility in their tech tree. So I'm not too big of a fan of this approach. No units at all. I feel like he could still do 2 ranges and have and keep making archers while still hitting Castle Age pretty much the same time. A nice tower by MBL here to deny the woodline of Jordan. He does have wood in the back though, so it's not the end of the world. Blacksmith coming up from Jordan. Yeah, I will focus mainly on the point of view of Secret as well, by the way. So MBL is up to Castle Age, Jordan short soon to follow. He's adding a second stable now behind. Now MBL sees the range, he sees the stable. Jordan is going to make one archer, I think, to garrison his archer range. Or am I wrong here? Maybe I was wrong. So, I mean, MBL has vision over this archer range. And he doesn't see anything garrisoned, he doesn't see any units come out. So he kind of already knows that Jordan is not going to go crossbow. Jordan did add a second stable in the background, doing bloodlines. The question here is, do you really want to go stable units against Celts? The way Jordan opened this as well and didn't make any archer units also gives MBL all the intel he needs. He knows that it's going to be stable then, and MBL has 2 barracks already making spearmen. I think that's Jordan's biggest problem at the moment, that he just doesn't know exactly how to react to things he's not too familiar with. MBL dropping a forward siege workshop. Jordan doing a defensive siege workshop. He's adding stable units, making some knights. He's going around to raid. Right now Jordan is in an okay spot. He has more villagers. He has economy that isn't too hurt. His problem is the pressure, right? And also these knights, they just ran into pikemen and died. So he lost all the counter-attacking potential there. Now again, Jordan has village elite. He's fine right now. He's not in a big problem. Right now he's okay. Now obviously Celts have mangonels that shoot faster, so they're very dangerous with that in mind. But still, in general you should be able to trade okay with mangonels. Now we're gonna see soon, Jordan didn't really trade too well with his mangonels. But yeah, MBL is still completely open. He's adding a second town center, so he's vulnerable to raiding, but that's the thing. If Jordan just had 10 crossbows running around, he would have been able to do so much damage here, but he decided to go for a very easily countered build. I think this mangonel is... yeah, you can see the KD, 0 to 10. So MBL hasn't lost a single unit while Jordan has lost 10. This mangonel was Jordan's. The thing is, when you get pushed like this by Should have added monks. I think it was fine what it did at the castle. But the biggest thing here is, if you get pushed by big mangonels, like another... Ooh, 1-for-1 trade, so 2-to-1 in mangonels right now. First kill for Jordan. If you get pushed by towers like this, best answer usually is guard tower. Now, we all talked to Jordan after the game and was like, Jordan, guard towers, and he's like, ah. That's the thing, Jordan doesn't have the experience anymore to play these types of games. So those things don't cross his mind. He does get a castle up though, he does make Iberos. Villager count, Jordan still has a lead. In theory, he's still okay. But he needs guard tower. Mangonels against watchtowers. Mangonels completely dominate. There are some Gebetos out on the map now though, trying to counter raid. And again, Jordan, villager counts, 10 villager ahead. But he just doesn't know how to deal with this pressure. Again, another Mangonel coming out. Nice target fire by MBL there. MBL got another one. He's also doing damage to the tower. See how fast the tower goes down? Villagers dying there as well. Jordan Jordan had a really unfortunate there. The Mangonel just came out and MBL's Mangonel was shooting the tower. But unfortunately, the splash damage killed Jordan's Mangonel as well. Another Mangonel. Great target fire by MBL. So Jordan is just losing so many Mangonels to nothing here. Now Jordan is going to do a really nice counter raid here. He's behind the villagers now. He's going to equalize that very shortly. But this time, especially with Malians, Malians has, how much faster is it? 80% faster university researches. A university and guard tower would have been like that. If those are guard towers, MBL's pressure does nothing. And this is where Jordan's Gebetos do a lot of work. I'm going to focus on this. That's 3 vills. Again, the pressure just keeps coming in here. Jordan finally gets a decent Mangonel trade, but look at these 3 women right here. They could have been MVPs. MBL doesn't notice this. They're killing so many villagers. You can see the villager count suddenly equalized. And Jordan is on the way to imp before MBL as well. Now with similar villager counts, we were like, Jordan is back. But yeah, great by MBL again. He's out-repairing the damage, so he's doing a good job there. MBL, Jordan with another castle. Again, Jordan still has no map control. He's just crawled into his corner over here. He's up to imp first, so he's gonna get Trebs out before MBL, but still. MBL has full map control. His TCs are running smoothly. He's not being pressured anymore. So you can see the population now, how it's gonna spike in favor of MBL. MBL is also making a cheaper unit that are produced from barracks, which is easier to produce. There was a nice moment here where MBL sent like 10 ward raiders, but Jordan was able to save it, so that was pretty hype on the stream. Score-wise as well, not too big a difference right now, but Jordan just doesn't have space. So castle going up from MBL here as well. Another like just idling half of MBL's Jordan's economy. He did make some stables up here to raid, which is nice. But again, it's just such a difficult position to come back from when you have 0 map control and you're forced into a corner like this. So yeah, right now, even though score is just 1,000 apart, it's just look at population. It's 70 population difference. We have channel 1 dropping by. We're going through ECL Grand Finals right now, which took place a couple of weeks ago, and just analyzing a little bit and going through the games. Jordan is so far behind the economy. MBL just has Halberdier, Siege Challenger, and there's really not much Jordan can make against this. And again, he's trying to boom here as well. He's trying his best, but yeah, this game was pretty much lost with the guard towers before him. Where's my board? Thank you so much for the 4 months as well. And we're gonna see Jordan call the GG very shortly. It's down to 112 pop, and taking some big shots here. And that is gonna make Jordan call the GG very soon. Not sure why I kept playing this far. 99 population. I think he's coming to terms with the fact that he's dead. So yeah, well played by NBL. Again, Jordan, if he only did guard tower earlier, he would have been in an okay spot. I also disagree with his unit choices. He should have gone crossbow earlier game, early castle age, I think, and then try to do some counter damage. But still, it was a good try by him. Some nice counterattacks, etc. But MBL just put himself in a winning position too soon. So let's just continue fast because Jordan is still surfing at 100 population and he's gonna call the GG very shortly. I'll just lower the game sound a little bit. I didn't remember that he took this long to resign. Okay, there we go. That cast on the woodline was probably it. Yeah, well played by MBL. That did put AM up 2-0. Now, we knew this could happen. With Freesia, I mean, we were hoping I would score the win, of course, in my first game. Freesia. But running into Leary and Leary using Mongols there, obviously, that was okay that we lost that game. And we sent Jordan in game 2. We knew that there's a chance he will lose as well, obviously. Obviously, that's mean. But Jordan is not going to be favored against any of the, like, Nikov or MBL, for example. Or Hera, or Leary. I think he could have done a good job against Hart. But I don't think Hart was meant to play 1-1 for them. So we were down 2-0 to AM. But these two games, when we looked at them in hindsight, it was okay that we lost them. Jordan against MBL, okay, we lost that. Me against Leary, okay. Considering the Civ as well, that was fine. The next game would be 3-3 Desert. And this is where strategy also came into play all of a sudden. I'll jump straight into the game quickly. So we had Doubt playing as the Mayans. We had myself playing as the Franks in the pocket position, and Tato playing as the Ethiopians in the flank. On the other side, we had MBL playing as Britons against Tato's flank. We had Hera with Frank's pocket, and Nika with Mayans here against Doubt's Mayans. So the main difference here was Hera, Tato, and MBL being Ethiopians and Britons. Now, we had a little bit of discussion before this. Doubt wanted us to play Britons instead of Mayans because he wanted to use Mayans for Acropolis, Team Acropolis. So we had a little bit of discussion there because I really thought Mayans would be way better here. And I thought if we end up playing Acropolis, which was big game 9, then Mayans isn't necessarily the best civ either. I mean, they lost with Mayans against Suomi, who had Mayans in the day before, right? So I managed to get my I think Tato agreed with me as well, if I remember correctly. So we went for Mayans here. So our game plan in this strategy was everyone open standard. Doubt does rush FC into plumes, straight into plumes, castle drop and plume dodgers. He had back stones, so that would be fine. I would just go scouts into knights, regular pocket play. And Tato would also just play standard opening, potentially men-at-arm, tower, forward, into sling. But the idea was all the time that Tato would open standard and then he will switch into a sling after a little bit. In castlage, he would switch into a sling. We didn't know what to expect from them. We were always wary that they would try and sling as well. But obviously, it's hard to tell exactly. We'll just carry on a little bit. Doubt was convinced that they had a plan where they were going to lame Doubt. Nikov went for a board. Obviously, Nikov doesn't know it's against Doubt here. But Doubt was convinced that since Doubt is slow and doesn't know how to micro, that their plan was to lame him in Dark Age. Now with Mayans going Rush FC, it's okay that you're missing a boar. It's not the end of the world. But obviously you still would like to not. Tato killed MBL's scout here. That's really important.
Sorry, Mr. V. However, Lord Dort was correct.
How was he correct, Cannibalists? I don't understand how he was correct. I disagree with that. Thank you for the 1,000 embers, Cannibalists. I appreciate that, Michael. So yeah, Tato killing MBL's scout is actually huge. That gives Tato the opportunity to do whatever he wants. So that's very huge, actually. Now, both me and Hera are going up pretty much at the same time, going scouts. There's a Drush war here. Doubt started walling very late here. It's 9 minutes, and he's pretty much just starting to wall. That's a big misplay by Doubt. And that's gonna have a very interesting game here. Again, I haven't rewatched anything. So this is my first time watching things again. Good micro by Leary here. Not Leary. Nikov, and they also had Hera Scout here helping. Now I was asking, like in this point, I'm asking, okay, who needs Scout? Who needs Scout? Tato keeps Xing and like, okay, you can come here, come here, come here. And Dao doesn't say a word. Dao doesn't say a single word. So I'm sending my scouts towards, again, from my POV, like I wanted to help Tato deal with the Drush, which I did, and then we put pressure on MBL. Dao doesn't say anything. So Dao is in Dark Age still. He lost the Drush. He's open still, fully open. He's not finished his walls. And again, he's using so many villas to wall here. Hera is, Nikov is up as well, so Nikov is actually adding archery range. He still has 2 militia and an eagle alive. Hera has scouts alive. This is 12 minutes. If you're doing Drush FC straight into plumes, at 12 minutes you have to be walled. If they get in, like he's not even walled here. If they get in and disturb your stone production or whatnot, it's like I don't even have words. This is such basic knowledge. Now Doubt is like, okay, Hera has scouts on me. Like, I'm like, okay, so do you need scouts? Okay, X. And then, okay, I'll start moving up there with my scouts soon. But yeah, 1 villager down for Doubt. Now Eagles in, more scouts, militias coming in. And this is already a mistake with Doubt. When he sees this amount of units, send more villagers. You cannot just stay with 4 vills. Again, first time I'm rewatching this, but already a very basic mistake. Doubt is doing a good job microing though, to be fair. He has lost 2 villagers though. And there's pressure coming in now. Archers. Do a quick check on Tato here. So the fact that MBL doesn't have a scout allows Tato to do this as well. It's a very nice tower. It doesn't really reach this lumber camp yet, but still it's a very, very nice tower. It puts pressure on MBL completely. Now MBL's build here is very strange as well. He did a drush. There's very few farms, so this is definitely a feudal age play. He's trying to go archers. And now he has to react to this tower from Tato. So the man-arms tower opening is doing very well for Tato. And look at MBL's base. His whole base is in one screen. And one tower is gonna idle pretty much half of it. It's a little bit strange build from MBL. It's not really accomplishing anything with how the game is playing out. But then again, he did lose his scout. So it was alright. Now, back to the action. So Doubt, again, still hasn't finished his walls. He's moving to stone now. It's 13 minutes and 30 seconds, and he's still in Dark Age, still making villagers. He has not clicked to Feudal Age. Still fighting and losing another villager, so that was 3 villas, 4 villagers down for Doubt. Doubt doesn't say a word about this to us. He doesn't mention that he's lost villagers. I think at this point he just said that that he's in a bad spot. I think he just said, I'm in a bad spot right now. I'm in a really bad spot right now. He didn't mention that. Was that 5 villagers? Okay. He didn't mention that how many villas he's lost or anything. I'm like, okay, just open the walls. My scouts are running weirdly. Open the walls. I was doing a good job here with my scouts, to be fair. I picked off a Hera scout and I kept picking off stray archers. Because Nikov was sending, they were really applying the pressure on Doubt here. Nikov kept sending archers one by one, which I think end up being bad for them because I'm able to pick off so many archers, as you can see soon. As they come in. Now Doubt is trying to finish the wall. He's just clicked Feudal Age. I didn't realize either that Doubt was in Dark Age here. He manages to get the wall up there. And again, 1 archer I could pick off for free. Still pressure by Doubt here. He's probably going to lose more vills. Don't remember actually. Oh, maybe not. I think I had enough scouts here now to clean this up. But still, I don't know why he let them in. Maybe I told him actually to open it. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, okay, we clean off this pressure, so Doubt has to wall it up. So that has lost, what, 5 villages now? And yeah, we're able to deal with the pressure here. And I think I'm still gonna pick off more archers coming in here. So it was pretty good in the end. Don't you think it was the right decision to not tell you? Since you were down 2-0, it might have gone to your heads. One sec, guys, I just need to go to the door quickly. I need to take 2-3 minutes just to pick up a package, so I'm gonna be right back. But yeah, regarding the situation whether he should tell us or not, I think it depends on your mentality. If he told me that he lost 5 vills, I would go super try hard. We're down 2-0, and he is my flank loses 5 villagers. I will go super try hard mode. But as well, as long as he doesn't say anything, it's still like, okay, I'll just keep playing my game. So it's not too hard. But yeah, 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. That was a lot of packages. It's almost like someone's gonna have a party. All right. So yeah, at this point I'm like, okay, we're doing well here. We're doing well. I traded really well with my army. Doubt it seems fine. You should get a smooth rush at Fast Castle. Still picking off some archers here from Hera, not Hera, Nikov. And then Doubt his feudal age at 1630. I'm like, what the I'm like, feudal age? I think that was what I said when this is a Drush Fast Castle time, and he's feudal age. I was like, so that's when I realized, okay, shit must have really gone down the drain. But yeah, he said he's fine now. He's walled, so he should be able to get a Fast Castle again. We're able to get more archers from Nikov here, so that helps a lot. And at the same time, Tato is doing a really good job here, is applying pressure. I mean, Tato's job in this game already has caused MBL to have to react defensively. He's idling his wood line. He's made MBL do a defensive tower, stolen his army, and then he moved to the pocket as well, where the pocket doesn't have tools to deal with spearmen, men-at-arms, archers at this stage. He wants to go to cast stage now and make knights. At the same time, Tato's fully walled at home, and MBL's army that went forward has to come back now to defend Hera. So Tato's job on the left side, bottom left side, has been really good so far. At the same time, we are up to cast stage ourselves, so we have a really smooth gameplay for ourselves. Again, another archer. I picked up 2 more archers here from Nikov and another one here. So Nikov probably tried to be too active with his archers here. Doubt is on the way to cast stage. Hallelujah! Nikov definitely tried to be too active with his archers, and he's lost so many numbers now. He does have enough now though to finally build an army, but yeah, Tato's work here, idling so much from Hera, did a lot here. Fast forward a little bit more, we're through the most critical stage where Doubt went full Titanic mode. Yeah, MBL comes back, deals with this, but again, this took so much attention and bought us so much time. This simple move by Tato here, that this was a really, arguably even game-winning move. Oof! I didn't know that. Hera wanted to delete the palisade wall. He deleted his villager. Oof, that's pretty rough. That's one I didn't know. So yeah, we're in Castle Age. Super smooth game for us so far. Like I felt like I was playing really well here myself, like personally. I have to mention as well, I had the fever. I was ill during the whole ECL Friday I felt okay, but I can tell that I was getting worse, and then I woke up on Saturday and I felt absolutely shit. And then Sunday as well, I got slightly better, but it was still pretty bad. So Doubt got his castle up. I got a smooth pocket play. So I'm thinking, okay, we're actually looking great here. We're looking great. It's fine. Tato did a really good job on his side. I have thesis up. Look at Hera, he's got 2 TC, adding a third as well. So at this point, I'm feeling good. I think we're doing really well. Feel confident. We're gonna carry through. So right now it's just a little bit of maneuvering, hit and run micro. MBL just hit cast Slage. Tato again, great micro here. So it's just passive play now. They can't really do damage anywhere, so we're just running around. Dealt with a third TC. He has a cast, he has plumes. He's being defensive right now. And this is where it becomes tricky for me. Where Hera's there with knights and Nikov has about 20 crossbows here. So this is where it gets really difficult as pocket when you double like this. At this point, Doubt asked, should he come there or should he go counterattack? I'm like, I told him, well, you can probably counterattack. The idea was that I would get slinged by Tato as well. So I thought, okay, I'm going to deal with this. I'll be fine. So Doubt is going here to counterattack the woodline. He's getting some villagers here from Nico. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally some revenge. 5. That was a good move by Doubt. The thing here is, again, another thing to consider in another thing to consider while you are thinking about Mayans War. Nikov is making 2-range crossbows. Crossbows is a great unit, but it's not a plume dodger. Plume dodger is a way better unit overall, mobility-wise, armor, HP, damage. They're better than crossbows. They don't have the range. I think they have the same damage, but you have a castle as well, so you're super well protected as well. And also, this is the unit you want to transition to late game. So having a Mayans in this position that Doubt is right now is way better than having a Mayans in the position of Nikov, who is making crossbow most of the time. Of course, the thing with crossbows is you can make them from archery ranges, you can make them faster, and you can get numbers wave in feudal age and also snowball and cast age. Now my gold was super exposed here, so this became super tricky now. So Doubt did some damage here. He would have to send reinforcements to help me out. For me, this is all about now, like, okay, I have to try and not take too much damage. That's what this game is about for me now. But they're idling so much of my economy, so again, this was really rough for me. While Hera has, Hera only has 5-6 knights here, right? And besides this, he has a super smooth boom going, so he has quite a big village lead over me right now. I'm also losing villages here and there. And it's not gonna get better. And picking up more vills. I'm being raided on the front as well. I don't really have military there. So right now I have pretty much all my economy idle. Again, very tough. And it's not gonna get better, because MBL was there as well. I had to go there and deal with MBL's army too. So I couldn't use my army to defend here. Tato is now coming as well to try and help clean this. Of course, I sent villas there as well, but Hera was just there in time to catch them, so that was also frustrating. Hera now has a 20 villager lead. Now, I knew that on the flanks, we were in better positions. We were in way better positions on the flanks. So I knew right now that, okay, we're still in a fine position, but it's still scary, because if Hera gets such a big lead on me that he can get Paladin out, then that's really scary still. But again, what we also viewed as one of the keys here was plume dodgers and castles in the middle, which is why having mines in a really good position also is very beneficial. Again, losing more villagers, my gold is gonna get pushed, I'm being raided up here. Finally, Doubt has come to help me, Tato's come to help me. But I'm losing more vills. Really tricky position right now. Tato has 3 TCs going now, he's stopping archer production. And Tato's now gonna switch into a sling. This was our game plan the whole time. But he makes a really big error soon. See, Tato is supposed to sling me, but Doubt is playing as yellow, and Tato's so used to slinging to me being yellow that he automatically just went to play 4 and started slinging Doubt. And there's a moment as well soon where it's quite awkward. Of course, I had a lot of idle time. I'm very far behind the village count now. So in theory, I'm in a pretty bad spot. So Tato keeps slinging Doubt. He keeps slinging to Doubt. I'm still here thinking like, okay, isn't Tato supposed to sling? So Doubt is on the way to Imp now. The thing, Doubt doesn't say a word. Doubt knows our plan is to sling me. He doesn't say a word, he just takes the sling. So at this point, I mean, Hera's up to imp as well. I'm in a big pickle. I have 0 resources. Again, Tato is slinging right now. I think at this point, Tato asks me, Viper, are you up to imp? See, he's still slinging doubt. Maybe not this point. At some point soon. Okay, now he switched. So I was right. At that point, right after we cleaned all the army, Tato asked me, Viper, are you up to imp? And I'm like, dude, I have 0 resources. And he's like, what? I've been slinging. Oh, shit. Then I realized that he's been slinging doubt the whole time. But at least doubt is up to imp. Doubt is in a great spot. He has a lot of plume numbers. He has a castle. He's going to make a second castle towards the middle soon. But from this point on, Tato realized that he was slinging the wrong person, so he starts slinging me. Now, MBL 2TC, I think MBL's game this game was quite strange. I mean, he did have crossbows. He made a good number of crossbows, but he was kind of by himself the whole time. And he just loses his army to knights and crossbows, so a little bit strange game by MBL, all things considered, I think, here. Now Tato switches his sling to me, which I really needed, because we expected Hera to be up. We expected... Obviously, Hera had an untouched boom after the early Castle Age, or late Feudal Age. But yeah, so this is our position right now. Doubt's making another castle. So this game is now up to Doubt. Kind of, he needs to keep position on the map. He needs to control the middle, and he needs to get the army count to hold us in the game while I recover. Tato is, like we said, switching fully to Sling me now, so I can go to Imperial Age. Didn't have my second building ready yet. I'm adding stables. MBL is doing castle in the middle. Tato already has a TC on the gold. Yeah. So I mean, this game it's been very, very interesting. I felt like we were in a great spot early on. Even though Doubt made all those mistakes, Tato did a great play on his side. Tato accidentally slung Doubt, but in hindsight, it actually might have worked out as well, because Doubt ended up being in a really good position with his plumes and castles. And the sling to me was just in time. And the thing I'm wondering here is, does Hera have chivalry? Because I felt like his upgrades came in quite late. He does not have chivalry. I think he doesn't even have a castle. Well, he does have a castle now. That's the thing, Hera was up to imp before me. He has cavalier before I hit Imperial Age. I'm doing chivalry right now. It makes stable work 40% faster. So that was what was confusing to me. But luckily as well, I mean, Doubt has the numbers here to hold against a low amount of Cavalier. Now I do Cavalier now. Hera still hasn't started Paladin. It doesn't have Chivalry still. That's really huge actually. And with the sling I was able to get enough. I actually have more knights than Hera now as well, so the sling certainly helped out there. Still no Chivalry from Hera, no Paladin on the way. I do Paladin immediately. And now he does Paladin, but let's compare her. My Paladin upgrade finishes... We start about the same time, but my Paladin upgrade finishes a minute before his. So he definitely didn't forget about Chivalry there. But yeah, Doubt has great numbers here, a lot of traps. Again, Tato's full slinging, preparing the stone walls, preparing to secure trade. He did lose this TC, but he still has gold there. So this was all about me and Doubt just taking good fights from this point on. Population-wise, we're looking very healthy as well. Tato is on 130 population. And they're not really able to get in anywhere. Sure, he's running around with Cavalier, but he cannot never engage here. My Paladin will kick in sooner as well. And again, let's compare the mine's position right now. Really important. Nico has 7 military. This is Nico's military. Those crossbows he had, they are not useful at this stage in the game, right? But we have Doubt with full upgrades. He has 61, so like 55 plumed archers, while Hera has 40 cavalier and Nico only has 7 plumed archers. And I have 40 cavalier as well, 50 cavaliers, so army-wise we're looking great now. Now this is where MBL again comes randomly. We felt confused about MBL's game here. We thought he was slinging at some point, but there's his army. He has longbowman, crossbowman, but quite the lack of upgrades. Now Hera is doing chivalry. And it's like he's microing these against plumes and paladin. Britons don't contribute in this fight. If you have 40 elite longbowmen, sure, you contribute, but in these types of numbers, you don't contribute against elite plumed archers or paladin. So we thought MBL was slinging at this stage. Like, we found it very strange how his game played out in this match. Population-wise now, Nico is below 100, MBL is surfing around 100, and only one looking fairly healthy is Hera, while me, Doubt, and MBL, Tato all look healthy. So we're taking a big army lead here, and it's gonna snowball from there. They just don't have the tools to regain position, and they realized that as well. MBL and Nico around 100 pop, Hera at 160, and they're gonna lose map control. And Nikov's last castle as well, very fast. So, considering the opening, Doubt still didn't say how many vills he lost or anything to us. We found that out in the interview after the whole series. But that put us back 1-2, and we started feeling confident. I mean, we always felt confident. We knew those two first games were potentially gonna go like that. It was fine. So we didn't feel like, it's not like we lost courage, so to say, just because we we're down 2-0. We still felt confident, especially because we had Mongols for Bog as well. Now, Tato, I gotta say, Tato did a really good job this game. MBL lost his scout to the town center, which allowed Tato to do exactly what he wanted. And Tato kept MBL busy, put pressure on Hera, and then made enough army to support while slinging. Of course, he did sling Doubt by mistake, but mine slung is not that bad either, so it was not the end of the world. And the sling was switched in time. So we were able to survive. Obviously, the moments up here with Doubt were honestly unexcusable. He should have... That should never have happened. At 13 minutes, you have to be fully walled. He was open on both sides still, so again, inexcusable by Doubt, but luckily for us, it worked out in the end. So yeah. What do you think would have changed with Lear in these team games? I think the flank play probably would have been slightly better. I'm not sure who they would have used though. I mean, Nico, MBL, Hera is a really good team. Question is, who does Lear sub for? I think Lear would have played probably Britain's and Mines better here on the flank side, but I'm not sure if it would have made a difference strategy-wise. Let's see the economy sent. Yeah, MBL didn't sling anything. So again, I think MBL's game was super confusing here. It was very strange, but at the same time, I think Tato did a really good job on that side. So that was the 3v3 desert. Coming up was 2v2 bog. This is why we saved Mongols in the first game. I'm gonna show you why right now. If only my game didn't crash. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna get back in there. All right. So, 2v2 bog. Don't crash. There we go. This is 2v2 bog. Our plan was always Italians, Mongols here. Now, the reason we want Mongols is my scroll speed keeps jumping up. The reason we want Mongols is there are 2 rhinos there, so there are 3 rhinos with 400 food each. I mean, that's the main reason we want Mongols here. And in 2v2, Mongols are super helpful with their early scouts opening, with the scout bonus, and obviously Mangudai for post-Imperial Age. So our plan was always Italians, Mongols here, and I think Mongols are just a clearly better save than pretty much every other save on this map, with the extra rhinos. Also, you can lane with Mongols. So now there's a lot of fish in the middle as well, which is why you see both sides picking Italians as well. Now Malians, I am not sure what this is. Well, let me restart this. What is MBL making there? Starts making a barracks by mistake. Okay. So Malians, I don't really know. Their Imperial Age isn't great, and this map I would say is likely to go Imperial Age. But they do have very good versatility with the wood bonus. Go water as well. So our plan this game was Tato, super fast feudal age. Ornlo, I think it's because I'm dropping some frames now and then. It's been happening lately. I'm not sure exactly why, but it should still be watchable. Yeah, so our plan was Tato go super fast fuel edge, go scouts, take map control, put pressure, while I go full water and try to win the water. Now again, I'm not sure about... I think MBL's game this series as well is a little bit strange. I'll tell you why. See, this is... We're at 345, 344, and MBL is starting to wall. You don't really want to invest into walls at this stage because you need this wood for making docks and making fishing boats. So this is... Each of these costs 2 wood each, I think, or 3. Maybe with Malins is 2. So that's 10, 20, 26 wood invested already into walls. A gate, more walls, and there's still no dock here. I was scouting this with my scout, and I was so confused. Like, what is this? Is this just an FC? Is this a sling? Because walling like this excessively at this point, like, I have 2 fishing ship out. Tato has a fishing ship, a second one to come. Nico has 2 fishing ship out. And Biel is dropping a dock. It's such a strange timing. Like, I don't understand why he felt the need to wall so excessively at this point in the game. It's just very, very strange to me. Hello, Mr. Jimson. What's up from Japan? In Japan, rather. Hope you're having a good time there, sir. How did you choose who get Mongol and who Italians? Tato has more experience playing this map. So for me, it was just, okay, I take Italians. I just play straight up water. It's very straightforward. While Tato can play around with his Mongols. Tarsis, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that, man. Hope everything is going well. Everyone was confused by the walls. Yeah, me as well. So yeah, again, these walls, they don't make sense to me. And Doc is up. He's housed. Yeah, I think MBL had a rough game here. Last game as well, it was not very impressive. But everyone has their good and bad games. My game as well, it's not the best here. I'll see if I can catch it still. My build order this game. Wood-wise, I moved 5 villages there. I went to make a mining camp, and then I realized, wait, shit, I don't have wood for a second lumber camp. So I make a lumber camp. I sent the villager here to dock. I must have messed up something regarding my wood economy. But I was so confused by MBL's play as well. I didn't know exactly if I should adapt to it, or if I should just go water again. I decided to commit fully on water, but again, I was very confused by MBL's play. So I'm about to hit feudal age, and I still don't have a second dock started, which is not good, not at all. Nikov is up. He, I guess he realizes that Tato is going scout, so he's gonna go land. Still has a dock. MBL again. A villager out. He's doing a 11-minute feudal age, and he's gonna do a second dock. And it looks like he's just playing water. Again, very, very confusing. So yeah, this does allow me to... I mean, I did get a second dock up in a pretty good time, so it was not the end of the world. Desert Arms, thank you for the sub. But again, I still didn't know. The reason I'm taking this Rhino right now is because I don't want to overcommit on water in case MBL is just doing FC or landing or whatnot. Or like land attack, tower rush, whatnot. I have no idea. He still was in Dark Age, so we were like, okay, is this fast castle? Is this sling? What is this? Good night, Jim. Sleep well. Okay, we scout here. We find out Nico is making water. Tato made 1 fire ship and on top all the scouts. Nico adding a second dock because he wants to go water. He wants to defend with spearmen and then go water. The reason we also want Mongols was, okay, so if AM plays double people on water here, for us, that means Tato can just go scouts into Castle Age, into Mangudai, and then have complete mobility and just hit and run and do whatever he wants. Nice quick post by Nico there. But we sure found out very shortly. I found the second dock of MBL, so okay. So he's going 2 docks as well. But again, it was so strange, this whole game here from MBL. 11 minutes and then triple dock. Water. One thing I did here as well, I went really greedy here. I added fishing ship. Extra fishing ship. To get a faster castle age time. In hindsight, it might have been too greedy, because I got quickly overrun here on the units. So you can see in my economy, I'm pretty much close to clicking castle age already with Italian's economy, because you have uptimes are cheaper. And I'm still playing 2 docks only, so I sent the third wheel to make a third dock as well here. MBL, Tato still just running around with his scouts, being active, checking out. I mean, MBL was fully walled, so scouts can't touch him, obviously. But Nico was still being pressured, and Nico had to make land units while trying to fight water. And I think there was one point here where he may lost a lot of fishing fire ships because he was microing somewhere else. This moment might have already happened. I'm not sure. Yeah, MBL was coming full in water here. We're up to cast stage, so our cast stage time is really fast here, considering the fact that we're going water. So I was happy about that. Adding the sneaky fish was good in hindsight. But still, I'm on the way to cast stage. I don't really want to waste all my fire ships now. Fire galleys. So we had to be careful here. And Tato just hitting the walls, forcing MBL to react. Tato's on the way to cast stage himself. He's taking stones. So again, our game plan 100% working out right now. We wanted Tato to do scouts into smooth cast stage and Mangudai, and everything was going according to plan. Of course, water was a little bit dicey right now because they had more military, but I was on the way to cast stage. I would be cast stage before 18 minutes, so I should be able to retake water at that point. I'm gonna fast forward this game a little bit now because there's not too many more details to dive into here. Desert Arms, thanks for the sub, and Tarsis. Again, I lost these units there, it was annoying. I lose some fishing ships here, but fishing ships are cheap with Italians, you can always remake them. I'm up to Castle Age, I have fire ships. At this point, I'm starting to fight back water. Tato is still inside of Nico's base doing damage with the scouts and being active, so Tato was doing really well again with his scouts. But yeah, they're still both on the way to cast stage. They're hitting cast stage like 3 minutes later than both of us. So we felt super confident from the start. What do you think is the best plan for ECL Atoll 101? I'm not sure. I would have to check the map. I don't remember exactly what the map looks like. MBL here, was this the mistake? Maybe it was MBL. Yeah. It's MBL, 2 fires are shooting the dock still. Okay, that was not the mistake I was referring to. That's fine. So yeah, we have water control. I'm doing gill nets. I'm starting to fish boom like a maniac. Have TCs up, 3 TCs. Tato as well, 3 TCs. Castle is up soon. Tato also made a really good call here. We talked about it. About whether he should do Castle or Town Center first, depending on how the game was playing out. But given how the game was playing out, for us it was made perfectly sense that he went TCs first and then added the castle. So that was also a perfect choice. Again, we have full water control, so right now I can just fast forward because this is going to transition into Imperial Age. And our Imperial Age civs as well are way better. Couldn't Tato have gone for castle Nikov? He could have, but Nikov did have an archery range, so it would have been risky, as Tato did in our army. And Nikov did a castle here, I'm not sure. I guess he wanted to have presence and go back on water. But I don't think there was too much he could do there. But Tato went to... Nikov was defending with skirms here. Very big lack of upgrades. But still, it was good because Tato could start pressuring MBL instead. I'm on the way to Imp. I will focus primarily on water. Now MBL has a good boom going. He has 4 TCs. He has the most villagers in the game, but Amalian's transition in Imperial Age can be quite awkward. Nico as well with 3 TCs. Nico with an AM wheelbarrow timing. MBL is on the way to Imp. Tato will go to Imp soon as well. I'm gonna fast forward this game because, I mean, this game is pretty much over already. We just had full map control, we had so much fish, great economy, we had walls on the sides. Tato had full control over Nikov here, huge lead on Nikov, and we have the better civs from Imperial Age as well. So there's not too much to say at the moment. In the end, the Mongols pick is a trade-off, because you ended up with a big civ disadvantage on Frisia. I don't think I had a big civ disadvantage, of course Mongols is the better civ on Frisia, but I think Celts definitely have a fighting chance. And as well, I just went Elite Cannon Galleons right away, because to try and like completely wipe Nikov off the floor. Also, I can hit a lot with Cannon Galleons from the shoulder here. Although, I thought I would be fine here, but I actually ended up being in quite a bit of pressure. Because MBL made a lot of bomber cannons. I was adding Genoese crossbowmen to defend against the Cavalier. But MBL made so many bomber cannons that this was quite wasteful by me. I was trying to counter with my own bomber cannons, but he was breaking in too fast. At the same time, Tato is obviously cleaning house on the Nikov's side. Still no elite Mangudai, but that would come in as well. We also have trade setups, trade has begun. So for late game, we were also looking really good. And well, we have 3 corners as well. They cannot trade along the whole side because they don't have the corners, right? So at this point, it was like, oh boy, this might be a little bit dicey. Tato, you might have to send some Mangudai here. But the thing is, Nikov is dead. So the elite Mangudai is in as well now. Nikov is dead. There's not really much they can do. So even if MBL breaks me and does some damage here, he won't kill me with this. He's only a 15 Cavalier. He won't kill me or do too much. Only thing he would do is like control the corner a little bit. But then we could also switch our trade from this corner to the bottom corner. So again, our strategy and Civ picks here really paid off. So yeah, you can say that we pretty much traded a point. Game 1 and the Freesia game and the Bog game was pretty much a trade-off. So, well, not 12. That puts us at 2-2 at this point. We were happy about this. Our strategy worked out. Both of us played solid, so it was just a good feeling leaving this game. So, don't think there was too much to say here. MBL slung Nikov a couple of resources, but yeah, I don't think they could have done much there. So, that was a 2-2. Let me... Oh god, what am I doing? I messed up that. It's too big now. Damn it. 1 second. Where is it? Sorry guys, I'm just struggling with the... Struggling with the scoreboard. Again guys, if you have questions or anything of that like, good time is to ask between the games. Or during. All good? Okay, that's good. Weird ass cross game coming up now. Yeah, cross was strange. So yeah, we had played 2 1-1 games, AM won both of those, and then 2 team games. For us, winning team games also feels more valuable. So I think the fact that we had 2-2 now after playing 2 team games definitely felt good. Yeah, cross coming up now. It was a 3-3 cross. Civ wise, we had a little bit back and forth on civs here. I'm gonna check what civs we have to try and get my memory back on that. So we have Spanish, Malay, and Japanese. Can Genoese crossbowmen be an answer to Mangudai? In a straight up fight, yes, but once there are siege rams and onagers, not really. I have not watched the series Chernobyl, no. So yeah, we had Spanish, Malay, Japanese. I think other civs we thought about here was Persians, Vikings, and I think there was one more civ in there. Actually, I sent a photo to them with my civ suggestions. So I'm going to check if I can bring that photo up quickly. I mean, I can't show it to you guys, but I can actually look and see what civs were suggested. All right, so as you can see, professional text document. There I've written all the civs I thought we would use. So cross. Pretty much Spanish pocket was guaranteed. We wanted that because we wanted to go conks for the Spanish pocket. And then we had Vikings, Malay, and Japanese as potential flanks. Now, we had no idea how they would play this. We have Japanese and Malay are the same civs, and then the only difference was Spanish Persians. Obviously, for late game, Spanish trade is always going to be great. So when we saw the civs, we were like, okay, let's wall up, let's play safe, and try to bring it to late game. You think the lack of preparation is actually really bad for AM, or is it more of a meme? I don't think they prepared that bad, but obviously they can always put more effort. Now, MBL tried to do a sneaky villager here. Tato do a good job again catching that. This map can also be in a position where you kind of have to fight for lakes. Right now we spawned like both teams on each side, so we had 2 lakes each for ourselves, kind of. See a Tato when he spots this. I think he saw it immediately because he was placing the walls and he saw the villager on the wall. So I send my scout here as well to try and help ASAP. My scout is on the way, but he's able to get the villager in the dock. But I honestly think, in the end, this is gonna end up hurting MBL. He has a dock here on this side as well, right? But this dock could have been a second dock here, fish booming. Instead, he's now walled in on this side, and if I remember correctly, he doesn't. Oops. He doesn't even make anything from this. Tato went up to feudal age quite fast now to actually make sure we couldn't get harassed. But the thing is, so Tato goes to feudal age, he gets eco upgrades, he makes the fire galley, then he can just continue fish booming. It doesn't really affect him that much. It's not a negative effect. On the other hand, I took the huge risk of trying to team all with Lord Doubt. But we succeeded. It was the plan. And Tato, as he went to feudal age, will be able to stonewall. So this gap would be covered by Tato. So plan here was Doubt and Tato get up, make sure water is safe, make sure you're walled, and then we'll see who it fits to sling me for playing Conquistadors from pocket. I was gonna go heavy Conquistador play here, like big Conquistador play. They had Persian pockets, so we did expect there might be some sling going to the Persian player. But we were expecting it to be full Paladin. It's not too much going on here. Tato, I mean, MBL also doing super late feudal age, 14 minutes. So yeah, we don't know. Again, confusing by MBL, to be honest. But I did force Tato to react, so it's not the end of the world. Now, just scouting, we found out there's a stable there. We will realize that they're slinging soon. We didn't know yet that they were going to sling, but we knew everything was walled, similar to us, and I think we scouted that they were stonewalling. That's when we were like, okay, they're going to sling. And we're going to soon see Hera's score go very high, and that was the big tell that it would be, yeah, that he was going to be slung. It's normal to get a high score when you're slung, but it was like so high that we like, okay, there's absolutely zero doubt here. Yeah, this is where I think they expected Conquistador for sure. They definitely knew a cast was coming up. They knew it was going to be Conquistador. Camels in general do a better job at dealing with Conquistadors, but Camels is not the unit you want in Imperial Age when you're trying to kill someone. Camel units are not your choice of units in that case. So again, we were fully walled, stonewalled everywhere, of course, except Doubt's place. So we felt super confident still. Our fish booms were great, we were untouched. Doubt has started slinging me as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or was he starting just now? He hasn't slung. Okay, yeah, he was just starting to sling. And again, the plan for us was that I go full Conquistadors, while the others are just booming. Doubt has 3 TCs up, Tato has 3 TCs up. Well, and this we also know is, okay, Nico is still feudal age, this is definitely a sling. The thing is here though, everyone's walled. Do they need a feudal age player to sling to defend in a map where it's so stretched that even if my Conquistadors come forward, he's gonna have enough camels to defend. He doesn't need a big sling to defend. So yeah, at this point still we felt super confident, everything was going great. Bring a monster to pick up some relics, and also preparing, already getting the stone for a second castle. Again, this was all about getting Conquistador numbers, and as long as we had numbers to defend and survive, we knew as well that we would bring this to late game. The thing is, slinging is usually a very safe option to make sure you don't die and make sure the game goes to Imperial Age. And considering we had Spanish, that was definitely something we wanted to do. Again, like now I have the Conquistador numbers as well, where I can start hitting running and like being very effective with my unit, with my army. Hera can never engage this, no matter how many camels he has, no matter how many knights he has. I can always hit and run this. I do a mistake at some point. I'm not sure if it was here. My movement here was a little bit bad. Tried to debate. Yes, heavy camel. Yeah, that movement right there was a little bit bad. Suddenly I lost like 6-7 comms for nothing. But still, we were completely fine. We were fully walled. Paladins, camels, they can't do much against walls. Doubt stonewalled as well now. God forbid. God forbid. God. No, I don't know what word I'm looking for. So yeah, we still like, okay, I have 3 castles pumping conks non-stop. There's no chance camels or paladin can break us. And again, we're looking at the scores and we're like, okay, well, Nico was slinging. Makes sense that he's a bit behind. And BL's score, we had no idea why his score was so low. But now he's doing 4 ranges, castle, and yeah, 4 TCs as well. Still not sure why MBL's score was so far behind. Tato has 1k score lead. Tato was also going elephants and arbalest. They're trying to push Doubt here. Doubt is still slinging, but he will go up to Imperial Age himself soon. We just have such big conk numbers now that we can always fight Cavalier very simply. I'm gonna fast forward again. There's not too much strategy things to say strategically or anything. This is now just like pretty much execution. We got cast left, so he's fine. We got gold. We have Conquistador still defending. Nikov is on the way to Imp, so he will be able to make army as well. But yeah, it's like, what can Hera do here? They slung Hera, and he has Paladin on the way, but he now has 20 Paladin that can't do anything. They're just chilling. Everybody make fun of Orlu. He is in debt and on opioids. Opoids. Okay. Thank you, Reaper. So yeah, this was very strange again. Tato had a lead over MBL here. MBL is starting to do his weird tower rushes. Great Doubt mining camp. We noticed that MBL started doing these towers straight through the center. I honestly think it's a complete waste of energy at this point. Those towers don't really do much yet. In 10 minutes, maybe, but at this point, not really. MBL also sending some units down because they don't have anywhere to break us. They don't know where to push us, where to do damage. So this hill is a natural next step. Doubt is on the way to Imp himself. He will make army 2. But we always felt like we were in control of the game here. There's one fight happening now where the paladins come in and surround. Where Tato loses a little bit of a snowball. But he's already in such a good position that... Okay, maybe it wasn't this fight. He's already in such a good position that it doesn't really change much. Trade cards as well, we have started trade, they have 0 trade still. So again, not a thing that looks very good for us. In Doubt as well, Stonewall, fortified walls, does a good job buying time, preparing his own defenses. And now comes the fight. Now, we don't have melee units here. But Tato is mixing in elephants. We imagine that with conks, our blessed elephants, we should be able to deal with this. I think we get cleaned up now, because Hera comes from both sides. Maybe not cleaned up, but we trade a lot of army here. Okay, yes, cleaned up. But again, this is not the end of the world for us. We have a great position. We brought the game to post-Imperial Age. He's losing a lot of paladins here. He had like 60 paladins. He's leaving with 25. So, in the end, we were satisfied with that fight as well. I'm also switching to Paladin because this army kind of counter my conks as well. I won't trade as efficient there, so as soon as I have Paladin myself, Nikov's pressure should be completely shut down. The only scary part here was because this is our trader line, and this only one screen away. The Doubt did have enough to hold here for the time being. And they don't really have the army to answer to Tato's pressure here either. I'll keep fast forwarding quite a bit. Yeah, we heard, you could hear, I mean, we played with white noise on our headphones, but we could still hear when there was a moment where the audience went like, oh, or like, wow, because it was a quick wall, it was a micro moment. We could definitely hear that. So that was quite annoying. Whenever something like that happened, we went like, Doubt, what did you do? So every time audience started clapping or cheering or laughing, we always just asked Doubt, what now? So yeah. Again, Tato, great pressure from Tato, full control over MBL here. While Paladins are almost in play. And from that point on, it's really tough for Nico to do any sort of pressure here as well. I think Elite Conquistador and Paladin always. So they went for trade here. This is also. Doubt is doing some. Like I just told Doubt. I told Doubt here already. Doubt, quick wall. And then the Paladin start running, and it takes like 10 seconds before Doubt starts reacting. He's actually doing a good job here. He's making walls here, walls, sort of. And he's actually walling enough that we're not going to take much damage here. I was like, he even closed the gate there, but of course he left the hole. But he said that hole was on purpose. It was a masterpiece to trap his Paladin. Yeah, we have Spanish trade. They're not really getting many trade card kills, just like 4 or 5. Kill all the Paladin. Tato is pushing straight into MBL space here. Yeah, and Hera lost all his units. He's trying to push in the middle. He will get this castle, but by the time this castle is down, we have enough reinforcements to fend off the pressure. And from this point on, Doubt starts pushing back. We have Paladins here. Nico has to start making helps. Conquistador, Paladin in the middle. Conquistador, Paladin beats Paladin. And yeah, MBL had no way to hold here. Again, I think great game by Tato. Doubt played really solid too, and I did my job as well. But yeah, I think again this was Civ. We picked better civs and we picked a better strategy again. So people asking, would Leary playing make a difference? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if how much he contributes to picking their strategies, or if he would have changed anything in terms of their strategies. But I think in this game, strategy alone was enough for us to win this. So yeah, hard to tell. But again, this was 3 team games in a row for us. So again, we feel super confident here. Let's see. Sling, Doubt obviously was slinging me a lot. He also slung Tato some resources. And Hera received like 5k before Nico switched to Boom himself. It's not too much else to say about that game. It was, I think, right strategy approach by us. Next up was going to be 2v2 Golden Pit. Now, me and Tato played the 2v2 Bog. So, our plan was that Jordan and Doubt would play this map. Jordan and Doubt is not... I think me and Tato is the best pairing we have. In the round robin, we played me and Jordan and Tato and Doubt. Tato Doubt lost 2-0 to Leary Hera, I think. Me and Jordan beat Suomi. Jordan was playing well the whole weekend. It's really unfortunate because when we played a round robin, the 2v2 stage, me and Jordan won. And then when they played 3v3s against Suomi, they were losing 2-0. But Jordan was playing well. Jordan played well. And I came back. I was laying in my bed sick, and I was watching the games, and I told my girlfriend that if they lose game 1, I'm gonna start getting ready. But game 1 was looking great for a long time, but they ended up losing it. So I started getting ready slowly, and while watching game 2, and I saw that they were losing that as well. So we had to speed up, and we took a taxi over to the playing area. It was really awkward. I came there. I went to the stage. I think a lot of people thought it was cool that I came and such like that. But then the escape guys told me to go back down from the stage and pretend like I'm coming back in, and they want to catch it on camera. Make like an epic scene. Viper's coming. It's 2-0 and Viper's coming. Like, if they caught the moment as it happened when I came, sure, it would have been cool. But when I go back and then have to stand there and wait for them to give me like thumbs up, okay, now you can start walking. It's like, it's just cringe. But yeah, still, like I said, when we came there, I was going to switch with Doubt, but obviously me, Doubt, and Tato was the most well-practiced team. So us 3 would have been the natural team, but Jordan said he was playing well, and I think there was a feeling among the group that Doubt was not performing as expected. they checked the recorder game as I came there, and Doubt was going through what he did wrong to see what went wrong, and he had a hole, which obviously happens, but still shouldn't have happened. But yeah, so we already agreed. Okay, I'm gonna switch with Doubt. With Doubt, then I asked Doubt, are you playing well? Are you playing well? So like we fuck around a lot. We fool around a lot and make a lot of fun with each other, and we always take every chance we can to bash each other. But Doubt was just, no, I feel I'm playing well. I feel like I'm playing well. And I was like, okay, Doubt, you play. Jordan, get out of here. So no, then it was just like, okay, Jordan as well accepted. If Doubt is playing well, fine, I switch. But I do feel bad for Jordan in that case. I mean, we did make a 3-2 comeback. Awesome, great, of course. Best for the team. It worked out. But Smart Out didn't talk about the 5 villages because of this. This was the day before. This was not the grand final. This was the round robin stage against Suomi. But yeah, Jordan always wants what's best for the team. So no complaints there. And obviously we made the comeback. I didn't play amazing, but I think I contributed to like strategy, decision making in game, and maybe general confidence through the team. But obviously I was playing with fever and sinus infection, so it was not my best performance. But yeah, it was still fine. Yeah, I honestly think Jordan played really well through the whole tournament as well. A lot of credit to him. So 2v2 Golden Pit. Jordan and Doubt. Now, strategy here as well. Me and Doubt again had a little bit of a fight here. I don't remember. Let me open here. Let's see if I can find the picture again. Just to see. Okay. So Doubt made a list of civs as well. And for Golden Pit, he put Indians, Vikings. When I came down to breakfast that morning, I told Doubt, no. We have a better plan here. Now, apparently Tato had also mentioned this to Doubt beforehand. So me and Tato were on the same wavelength. I said, Jordan, Doubt, you should play Huns, Franks, Indians, and then Ethiopians, Britons will be an option. But we can also play Eagles with Incas. Sorry for the overlay, by the way. So, and then the thing was, okay, so if we're going to play Eagles and Incas, Slavs is probably going to be a better option than Indians as well for the sling. And we convinced Doubt to go along with this as well. I think Doubt also agreed. Okay, it's a good strategy. We tried it before. It actually worked pretty well. So he remembered. It's a little bit of a tricky way though to play this. I mean, obviously, so this map, Golden Pit, you have stone, you have wood, food, normal, and you have 4 gold piles. But that's it. You don't have more gold than that. All the other gold is in the middle, in the center of the map. That always puts a lot of pressure and makes the games very tense. Now, we expected AM to just do AM strategy. They just play standard, straightforward. You have Ethiopians and Huns. Typical AM civs for a 2v2 open map. They just want to play scouts, archers, play completely standard. And I think in a completely straight up game, probably Doubt and Jordan might lose in a straight up scouts archer war to Heart and Hera. It's hard to tell. But pretty much the approach we went for. Like Jordan as well. Huge credit to Jordan for how he dealt with this. He was handed a strategy on his plate right before the games. He was told how to play. And his execution was spot on. So pretty much it was, Jordan, you need to go to feudal age fast, go scouts. And you need to make a lot of scouts. Maybe 10, 12 scouts. Bloodlines, armor, forging, whatever you need. You need to give Doubt a smooth transition to Castle Age to get TCs, to get Eagles going, and then go to then sling in feudal age, sling Doubt to Imperial Age. Then you can go to Imperial Age yourself, and then to Castle Age yourself, and then 3 TC and keep slinging. So that was pretty much the role Jordan was served. Now Doubt knew what he was going to do. He was going to go like men at arms into Eagles, and then obviously Imperial Age quite fast as well. Now, civs, we saw the civs from AM. It was Ethiopians and Huns, so there was no secrets there. We knew what was coming. And Jordan, I think Jordan played really well this game. So I'm going to fast forward through the Dark Age a little bit here. Hera at one point... Yeah, we'll get to see it soon. We'll get to see it soon. So Jordan's up to Feudal Age. Hart is up to Feudal Age. Doubt is up to Feudal Age. Doubt is doing the Men-at-Arms opening. Hart is doing regular Scouts build. Hera is doing Men-at-Arms into Archers, Ethiopians. Don't like this mining camp. It's strange. Should have been here or there. That's okay. Again here, Doubt does an amazing job here with his Men-at-Arms. This is what we're going to look at first. So there's four Men-at-Arms for each. There's an Eagle for Doubt. There's a Scout for Hera. Scout of Hera has lost some HP, but Men-at-Arms upgrades come in about the same time. At this point, we're like, okay, why are you sending the Eagle away? Okay, Eagle and Scout. Okay, it's 4v4. Hera got the best start. So we're like, okay, Doubt will probably lose this fight. Men-at-Arms is in. And soon they engage. I'm like, okay, let's see. Again, Doubt took another hit for nothing. And then, okay, let's fight. It's really hard to tell who was winning here, but Doubt actually micros really well here. And look at this. Doubt goes out of this victorious with 2 Men-at-Arms. That's called Doubt micro. That was quite impressive. Jordan starts sending his scouts. Now Jordan is fairly safe in his own base. His wall, very compact, very safe. And obviously Slavs with their farm bonus, their food eco just spikes a lot. So again, our Jordan's role was to give Doubt freedom, give Doubt time to get to Castle Age, to Imperial Age. So Jordan is doing what he should. He's pulling up to the other side to force Hart to defend Hera and put the pressure on Hera. But Jordan's usage of the scouts here is really, really good. He's playing like Jordan showed this game that he was really playing well during ECL. Now Hera's villas are exposed here, so again, good debate by Jordan. Taking a villager, taking damage from the scouts, pulling back, splitting the scouts up. Not a good micro move there. Putting pressure on the villagers. Jordan alone now is keeping both Hera and Hart completely busy with his scouts. Now again, he's doing a blacksmith. He still makes scouts. He's doing exactly what he was supposed to do now, and he's doing it really, really well. Did you watch the games while your teammates were still playing them? Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Again, Jordan, great movement. Very strange fight by Hart, but again, great usage of Jordan. They knew that the Hera archers were moving forward now. Jordan picking another fight. Upgrades should have come in already. He's doing wheelbarrow though, which is fine as well. Scouts were still doing a great job. Eagles from Doubt, he's fine. This should be a good fight for Eagles as well, I think. All things considered, worthy trade for Doubt. Archers from Hera, full walls, can't really do anything. Jordan should now do bloodlines. See, so the thing was as well what Jordan should do. We told him, make 4, 5, 6, 7 scouts first, and then keep making scouts at home, but keep them in your stable, don't show them, do upgrades, just so he can maybe catch armies off guard out on the map. Again, Jordan has forging and bloodlines on the way now, so it's definitely looking favorable on that end. Beelvar coming in from Hart. Good micro again by Jordan. Good micro by Hart as well. And now he has forging and bloodlines. Hart has 0 upgrades. Again, these scouts as well, they're just keeping everything busy. It's buying Doubt so much time to just go Eagles. And that was the whole purpose of these scouts. The amount of scouts Jordan is making, and he's doing it perfectly. Again, luring all the army far away, taking a good fight now with favorable upgrades. Hera is still running around looking for the scouts, because he knows he can't do any damage. Now Jordan is inside on the base of Hera. Hera with some nice quick walls. Yeah, village accounts are very similar. Again, good trade by Jordan with the scouts. Jordan still has 3 scouts here. Those should have been sent out already. That's a small mistake, but yeah. Hera with some nice quick walls again. Jordan with a good debate. See how much time those scouts are buying. They're still chasing the starting scouts of Jordan. And Doubt is just getting a completely free cast ledge. Again, Jordan wins this fight, and this scout actually still does a lot of damage. It's gonna start killing some vills here, I think. Yeah, Doubt has a completely free cast ledge now. 4 barracks, full eagles. Jordan is now slinging Doubt. Jordan served his role, he has done his purpose, and is now slinging Doubt. As he should. And Hera's on with the cast ledge. Hart has a smooth game so far. 2 TC, adding a third soon, and just playing knights as he should. Oh, I missed this moment. So, Doubt had a lot of eagles. He ran straight under the TC of Hera, who wasn't in cast ledge. Hera keeps jumping in and out with his archers in the town center to not lose them before they turn into crossbows. But at the same time, while he's doing this, he's kind of sacrificing town center space for the villagers here. So, sure, he saves archers, but he's also losing villagers. So, question is that really worth it or not? I'm not sure. See, Jordan was given order by Doubt there to go to Cast Age. I think this was too soon. I think he needed to send Doubt to Imperial Age before he went to Cast Age. Doubt is not on the way to Imp. Doubt is still producing. So I think this sling stopped too soon. He needed to send Doubt to Imp first. But I'm pretty sure Doubt told him that he can go to Cast Age. So yeah. But yeah, look at Hera's village count now. Hera's down to 29 villagers. Versus 47, 49, 45, and 29. And Jordan is on the way to Cast Age as well now. So, now they have the army lead. They lost a lot of villagers, but they have a big-ass army lead. And again, if Doubt was on the way to Imp now, imagine how much safer it would be if Doubt is on the way to Imp here. Doubt is still in Cast Age, having like 20 eagles. And his gold income is on the front. These crossbows can just sit here and idle the gold income forever. I think they make a big mistake here. Hart and Hera. They should know that Doubt's about to run out on the gold there. They should know that this is the only access Doubt has to gold. And Incas are nothing without gold. Like, they could have just stayed here with 4 or 5 crossbows and keep those villages idle. There was no reason for them to move around and try to hit here on the left side or hit the wood or the farm eco. It makes 0 sense. Nice shot by Doubt. Sure, idle some farmers. Doubt is on the way to Imp though. I think Jordan has begun slinging again. But again, there was just no point to let Doubt still take gold. Now Jordan's adding town centers on gold. He's making some knights to try and contribute a little bit, raid a little bit. Again, I don't understand this. Why do they go to Jordan? Jordan is not a threat in this game. Jordan was slinging. Jordan was... I don't see the point of them going to Jordan. They need to keep Doubt of gold. I think they understand what's happening. I hope so. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they don't understand what's happening. But the move they're making here makes 0 sense whatsoever. Sure, they break in. They do a lot of damage to Jordan, but... So what? Doubt is an Imp now. Doubt has Elite Eagle Warriors on the way, and he has 42 of them. And Elite Eagle Warriors are cheap. All you need is 20 food for one and gold income. So, again, this pressure is good. This is where the pressure should have been the whole time. This is where the pressure should have been the whole goddamn time. I don't know why they let Doubt have gold income. Now Doubt has Elite Eagles. So they're now scared. These crossbows suddenly don't contribute too much. It's all about the knight numbers of Hart now, and Hart has to play full cast age to deal with this. But Doubt has 63 eagles right now. No, that's villagers. 54 eagles right now. And also a big mistake again here by Hera and Hart. They split their armies. I think Doubt takes a really poor engage here though. Doubt takes a really poor engage. Should have sent 10-15 eagles on the left side here and on the crossbows, not everything on the knights. Just send 10-15 eagles on the left side and attack from the top of the hill on those crossbows. Of course, this fight is still heavily turning out in favor of Doubt, so it's not the end of the world. It's just he let those crossbows live for no reason at all. So yeah, with this eagle sling or an eagle switch, suddenly Secret has full control of the middle. Doubt is making outposts. Jordan is making outposts to give Doubt vision to the center. If you don't have gold, there's no army that can stop eagles. So with the sling and the goal control, how do they ever kill eagles? The correct answer is that they do not. Hera's on the way to Imp. He did a good job of rebooming, but again, he has Arbalest. He doesn't have gold income anymore, and Doubt has still 60 eagles roaming the fields. Because they know Jordan doesn't have army, so they can kill him easy, and that stops the slinging. But the sling, they're already calling. I think it's waiting for. I'm not sure what happens to wait, not resigning. Okay. The thing is, the sling had already done its effect. What only mattered at this point was gold income. Doubt doesn't need food anymore. Doubt needs gold. So when they go to Jordan, sure, they kill his 20 farmers, potentially, not even guaranteed. And what? Doubt can still produce non-stop eagles. It doesn't make any difference for Doubt. So yeah, I think a big misplay by AM, but still very good, very good execution by Jordan, and also good job by Doubt. I need to get the door. 1 second, guys. Yesterday. Maybe it's the things from yesterday. No. Maybe I just sent it again. Yeah, it could be. Right, so that put us up 4-2. Super confident now, of course. When we managed to win with Jordan, that's when we know we were in a good spot. So yeah, again, great. I think Jordan's execution with the scouts was spot on. Was really good. And Doubt did a really good job as well. So yeah, that is good. Nice move by Hera. I mean, nice. Was it nice though? It looked fancy. Hera jumped in and out with his crossbows the whole time, and he lost so many villagers though doing that. So I'm not sure. That brought us up to 4-2, obviously. Again, like I said, super confident now. Gold income. That's the main difference here. Just look at the gold difference. Even though they have more villagers, more economy, maybe in theory, gold is what matters in this map, and that's what we had. Guys, we're saving our sparks. We're not gonna break the next cycle, so we're saving the sparks. So, as you guys can see, it's been, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler. It's only 7 games. We're gonna jump into the last game right now. The last game was Tato versus Nico on East Coast. The thing was, okay, sure, we were up 4-2, but there were 2 more 1-1s coming now. It would be Tato against Nikov, and then we also had potentially Doubt against Hera. Both matches maybe 50-50, so it wasn't impossible that we would hit the last game here, but still we were very confident in Tato on the next map called East Coastline. Why no Slam? Slam couldn't come for personal reasons. So yeah, the way this map works is it's called Eastern Coastline. You start with 2 town centers, one on an island on the right side. As you can see, Nikov's island is here on the right side. Tato's on this side, and then you have one town center on the left side of the mainland, so to say. Now, I think if you compare wood lines actually on the mainland, on the island, Nikov has way more wood than Tato. It's quite unfair. I didn't notice this during the game, but now I'm looking at it. Nikov has way more wood than Tato has, and that's really not fair. Yeah, we'll fast forward a little bit. It's very hectic. Early openings, you have to make vills, produce vills, and keep 2 town centers running. It's very fast paced. You make docks as well. Docks are included, so I didn't realize Tato had that idle for so long. I mean, there's not too much to say about this map or this game either as well. So I'm gonna go fairly quickly through it. Tato makes barracks, I'm not sure why. So both of them are making some water. Nico was first out with the water. Tato is going out now. Just keep track on the villager counts here primarily. Now I think Nico makes a big mistake here. He makes a big mistake that we will get to see as the game plays out. Tato did second TC there, third TC there. Nico does the second TC on the island here. I don't agree with this, because suddenly you have twice the population on this side compared to the main side, which is the mainland on the left side. Nico at the same time is doing manual pressure here with Chukunus. Tato does a castle up of his own. And there's like, you cannot kill each other here when there's a castle up. You cannot kill each other. But Nico does some nice pressure here with all the mangonels and the Chukunu. Water as well, a little bit back and forth. And again, if you don't have water, all this is idle as well. Nico even had to do a castle on this side. So yeah. Very close game at the moment. Tato's got a way faster Imperial Age though. So Nico doing a forward castle, I think. Nico's coming with a forward castle. Yeah, fairly... Oh, that's really close. Fairly forward castle. Not sure if I agree with that, because Tato was up faster, but obviously Nico couldn't know. Nico as well with wheelbarrow timing. So we're quite far into the game already. Water seems quite stalematey. No one is really dominating water. We can already see Nico's island, how many villages he has here. This is like 60, 70 villagers, 60 villagers maybe. On the right side here. So, do you really want that? These resources are gonna run out. This gold is gonna run out, this stone is gonna run out. Well, Tato did 2 extra theses on this side, which means majority of his economy is gonna be on the left side. Now, Tato obviously, right now, Tato looks in a great spot. Both of them are doing onager, and it's gonna be... Onagers are very difficult to deal with here as well, because it's so choke pointy, right? It's just chokes everywhere. Trading equally here. Right now we thought, okay, Tato has this game. This game is over. Tato has full control. But Nico starts microing really well with his onagers soon. And from that point on, it gets quite close. Should cast with Capture Age. I have Capture Age, I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't have overlays for it, I don't have anything prepared for it, so... I'm going to try and start using Capture Age as well. Turn down the game volume slightly. So yeah, I'm gonna keep fast forwarding this because again it's not too much to comment, except both of them are microing onagers. Nico is doing a slightly better job at the moment. So yeah. Again, Nico with a good onager shot, slowly regaining some sort of control. Another good trade for Nikov. On the water, nothing is really happening. The main focus is now on this side. Both of them are adding... Nico's adding Siege Ram, Tato's adding stable units. I'm not sure if Siege Ram is good here, because you have Chukunu that do good against Siege Ram already. And you have Onagers here. So Siege Ram, I'm not sure if they contribute that much. I'd rather just go full Trebs, Onagers, Chukunu. But now we start seeing like, wait, this is actually getting quite close, isn't it? But this is what's happening now. Look at this mess of an economy on Nico's side. There's already 15, 20, 15 idols here. And look how oversaturated this part is. If Nico didn't have the second town center on this side, he would have had half of these villagers. And then half of those would have been over here, chopping wood and whatnot. And this game is still super close on the mainland. If there's some wood here as well that Nico could take, right? But when you're constantly microing Chukunu, constantly microing onagers, most likely you don't have time to keep transporting villagers back and forth. But Nico is taking score lead pretty much. He's doing a really good job with the fights on this side. But simply right now, look at Nico's wood income. He doesn't have that much wood in the bank. And these villagers are all idle. This is the big point. I don't remember exactly, but I think these guys stay idle almost the whole game. Well, Tato Tato has pretty much all his villagers working. He's running idle here as well himself, but that's fine because there's just like 30 villas there. So is it a mistake from Tato that he let Nico take the water back? I don't think it mattered too much. It's the main fight. This is population as well invested. These are 10, 15 ships. This is over 20 warships that cost wood, and that are not a part of the main fight in the center. So I'm not sure. I don't think water is that worth it at this point. Tato doing great wall upgrade, which gives towers more HP as well. So that's a really good move. Let's keep a track of Nikov's wood income right now. He does have plenty of wood right now. I mean, he's still chopping wood here with a lot of villagers. So it's not the end of the world, but again, look here. So many idols. He has 68 idle villagers right now. And that doesn't change for a long time. Nikov has score lead by 6, 7, 800 points. Ooh. But Tato's getting some really good trades here. Nikov still hasn't reacted to this. It's insane how much... Imagine all the resources lost simply by this. These villagers could have been gathering thousands of resources. So yeah, again, Nikov tried to switch to light cav as well, which not a bad idea. He started farming a little bit. He could have farmed way more here, but now he's realized all those idols. But again, making farms cost wood, and Nikov just doesn't have wood income. From this moment on, Tato just starts outproducing him. Tato doesn't have much resources either, to be fair, but at least he has his villagers working. And Tato has a way bigger army than Nikov as well. Yeah, also the horse color from Nikov was super late. That is true as well. You can see Nikov is trying to transport villagers over, but again, it's such hard work. Constantly moving back and forth. Tato's also getting in some solid raids here. And again, numbers for Nikov are dwindling. Doesn't have many honages left. And map control as well, more and more in favor of Tato. Getting in some good raids. And again, Nikov has half his economy idle. Well, Tato pretty much has everything working. Really good trades for Tato again there. This is like the start of the snowball, end of no return. Again, 30, 25, 30 villages idle there. It was just a... Of course, the second TC, I don't think Nico will ever make a second TC on the island again. He did a really good job staying in the game. So, gotta give credit to him for that. Relics as well, 2 for Tato. I think Nico lost his relic there, so... Population-wise as well, Tato is suddenly pulling ahead. Tato has twice the military. Nico still has water units. Tato actually started fighting back on water now. And... there's simply no honors left for Nico either now. And trebuchets, castles are gone. It's just 2 castles left for Nikov, and one of them are on the main island, So there, Nikov calls the GG. That's it. Again, you could track this game down to these idols. If those villagers are working all the time collecting wood, maybe from this island or even on his own island, maybe Nikov has the resources to actually take this game. But he didn't, and we are happy about that, because that means we were not under the threat of potentially falling to a game 8 and 9, which means we took the series 5-2 and won the Escape Champions League Grand Final. So obviously we're super happy about that. I think this whole weekend overall, I think Tato probably was the main performer. I did get a fever and an infection, so I'm still struggling from it. I still haven't gotten properly healthy. So my performance was a little bit... I played some games really well, and I played some games not too well. But what would game 9 have been? You can see over there. Game 9 would have been Team Acropolis 3-3. Doubt played solid as always. Maybe a few sloppy games. Jordan played well, considering all the jokes about Jordan being back and everything. Jordan did really well. What was the prize pool? I think it was like 8,000 dollars something. I'm not sure. 8K5. Okay. How long before the finals did you know what maps would would have been to be played. Nico said on the stream that he never played the map before and didn't like the decision of his team to set him for this map. I think we knew it. It was like 100% confirmed maybe 2 weeks before the grand final, but the maps were presented. Like the settings were presented, I think, over a month before, but it was confirmed like 2-3 weeks before. Who has the trophy? The trophy is upstairs. I have it. I told Tato to take it, but they wanted me to have it, so. MVP of the weekend was the whole Finland team playing for 10 straight hours and losing both series in the close 3-2. Yes, the Finnish team as well, super nice guys. I like from what I've seen on them, like in interviews, a little bit from the China. I thought they would be more awkward and quiet, but they're actually all super nice guys. Of course, they're shy. They're shy and they like to stick to themselves, which is of course completely fine. Zupi is probably the most social guy of them. But they're all super nice. They all talk decent English. They all just like I'm really happy they all came. It was awesome to meet them. It's always nice to meet these other players that you play so many games with. Of course, AM as well. Meeting Hera was cool. He has matured a lot, I think, over the last couple of years. He's a good guy for sure. And of course, I knew everyone else as well. Hart was there as well. Got to meet him as well. And there was a lot of new faces as well outside of that. So yeah, that was awesome. That will be it for today. So I'm gonna take a few minutes. I can answer some questions. So if you guys have anything you want to know or questions regarding the ECL tournament, the grand final, the group stage, etc., now is the time. I'll spend a few minutes asking. We can see wood collected here. If Nikov had those villages working, I'm sure that would have not been that different. Thoughts on the community? Amazing community. We're the best community in the game, in the world of esports. I have a question. How well will you take care of Jörg? No promises. What is next for Secret? Will you add anyone to the roster in the coming weeks, months? I think the main issue is that we don't know what's coming. We don't know what's next tournament. We don't know what it's going to be. I would say there is a chance Slam leaves. There's a chance Slam stays. And there's a chance we might add another player to the roster. That's all I could say right now. But again, it will depend on what's coming as well. We don't know. H2DE is coming in November. We don't know exactly what to expect. Jordan seems to be active again, but Slam's pretty inactive. Yeah, I think Slam will start playing more when DE is out. But Jordan seems to be back, so that's awesome news. Did you think the settings were perfect or could be improved upon? I think we said this before the series even started. Like there were so many delays because they went for best of 5 1v1s. They put 2 hours off for a 1v1 best of 5. That is way too little. I think if you put 2 hours, best of 3 is justified. Best of 5, no chance. On Brand's Hatch turn 2, would you drive it in the first or second gear on the Aberth? Second gear. Your thoughts on the 50k Nations Cup announced? Nice debate. Chanson Todd, thank you so much for the 4 months resubscription. I appreciate that very much. Is it Yupe whom you want to invite to Team Secret? Maybe. Other announcements for AV2DE planned? You mean from me? All I can say with H2DE is that I will play through the new campaigns for sure, and I might replay the whole old campaigns as well, all the old campaigns too. Thoughts specifically about DE having dedicated region servers? Will this unfairly affect competitive play, you versus Chinese player? That's not how the servers works on DE Hammer Time. The way the servers there work is that you meet with, say I play against someone from China, there will be a virtual server generated between us. So we'll both have the same ping, but it's going to be way less. So it's equal for everyone, and it seems like a really good choice. What was your favorite game in the ECL finals, excluding the ones you played in? I didn't watch everything because I also was in the hotel bed sleeping because I was sick. I like Tato against Max. That was a good series. And news about the Satura problem. I haven't heard anything. Do you think competitive play will leave Woobly because of the hard to tell? I would say in an ideal world, yes, because that means AoE2DE is great. If not, well, Woobly is good still. Yeah, Tato did really well over the whole weekend, for sure. Memb acts like every game is the best game. Riskier Drake all the time. Would you have liked at least 144? I would have loved there to be 44. Unfortunately, they didn't have the setup or time frame to do it, I guess. But yeah, I would have loved 44. But what can you do? After seeing Dao's Dark Age, would you still bring him into Secret as a player or rather as a mascot community manager? Mascot. Sounds reasonable. Did you see MBL's video on starting Veils not being able to be lame? Did you know that already? I did not know that. I saw that video and I commented on the video. I said, thank you for tips. I will never be lamed by MBLs again. I feel like a lot of the AoE2 community plays AoE2 at least in part because of old PC setups. They won't be able to make the jump to DE. If the game is well optimized, it shouldn't be too much of a hindrance to have a worse PC. But yeah, we'll see. Hard to tell, right? Alright guys, I feel like that's it. I have a lot of things to do today. So I'm gonna head off. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, it wasn't similar as the Battle of Africa recap or analysis, so because we didn't prepare as much, there wasn't as much to say here. But this was a quick recap with some thoughts, some things we discussed, and civs, strategies, etc. So yeah, hope you guys still enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Hope I'll see you next time. I'll probably stream on Monday, coming Monday. I'll stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably all those days. We'll see. I will announce a new schedule coming Monday. So just keep your eyes out for that. Thank you for watching. I wish you all a good day. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.